Namaste, Jaypal. Someone used to say that a desperate man does desperate things. When I see the action of President Trump, I remember this. Desperate people do desperate things. Now, see, Russia has already flown over some European Union nations, sent missiles on top of some European Union nations, etc. Though it had not gone into an explicit war. If it goes into an explicit war, we can't control things, and if there is such a war, then at least it will last for 10 years minimum, and the whole world will go back in time. I don't know how many hundreds of years the world will go back, but shall definitely go back in time. So people sensible should do everything to avoid such a situation. That's my hope, wish. So Trump sends his USS Gerald, one of the mighty battleship, to areas of Soviet Union, or sorry, not Soviet Union, Russia. Soviet Union is gone. They have destroyed in time. Of course, that had to be destroyed because communism had to withdraw from the world. Not a viable system for all kinds of purposes, practical purposes, though they call it as a philosophy of practice. That's really not the case. Sorry, Antonio Gramsci. He is the one who used the word philosophy of practice for a reason. So he sends this so-called one of the mightiest American battleship to find out the positioning of submarines of Russia. The former Soviet Union was very popular for the submarines, while the America used to be, I'm talking about the Cold War era, where America was popular for their fighter jets. The Soviet Union of the past was popular for their submarines. So still do have submarines. There are statistics given by many agencies that this nation has this many submarines, and these things are all far-flung. Let's not get carried away by that statements and statistics that these nations have these is no. That of course is not very realistic. You are not going to sit there and count how many submarines they have, but they, with the objective, Italy sends its navy, somebody else sends his navy to that area, and the US sends the mightiest warship, Gerald, USS Gerald. But they knew that they are surrounded by the submarines of Russia. Nuclear submarines, obviously, need not be specified much. And these ships are also nuclear. So they know that the Russian submarines are there in and around, but till now they failed to detect them. They are unable to detect them. And once they are unable to detect them, the situation should be understood as something like this. The entire US fleet plus the other NATO fleet who are all there, for example Italy or someone else, many other nations, they are all in a deep trap because they do not know where their enemy, the Russia, and we don't know, China must have been there, but China of course already moved, or some other friends of Russia should be stationed in position who are not getting detected by the US highest technology. The point now is the US used to say that the highest technology is part. The technology is not anyone's private property. That's what we see in the world. So they are unable to detect. Now, which means the fleet in their seas is sitting duck for Russia and their friends. They can't see me, I can see you, so what is the situation? The situation is vulnerable. Let no one pull the skews a trigger, old-fashioned language. Let someone not skew a trigger. That's what all people like us can hope for. But the situation is not far from explosive. So technology doesn't belong to anyone anymore. Technology is not for everyone. People with mind, ability, facilities would create their own technologies. That's what everyone is doing now. Part of this is an excellent example. Our technicians, our scientists and our minds were not given the opportunity because of the Congress rule of the past. Let me be very specific. The Congress rule of the past are there, called themselves democracy, but this democracy I should mention as capitalist democracy, money-based democracy, as it happens in US. The democratic rights are for someone who can afford it, and for others, no, nothing is for them. So technology, these people must have developed obviously, and you do not know about it. So you are vulnerable. They are in a position that should be advantageous. People of thought took the things, spoke of things on the face value, saying that Russia can't withstand Ukraine. Ukraine means all these people together. But now, Russians' ability is not known to them. How powerful Russia is not known to them. When the time comes, things may come out. And that would be unexpected surprise. Is one of the strongest element and weapon in any battle. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.